Hi and welcome to Paul Said Ass. Baby Ames is not here. He's assisting the drug cartel down in Mexico, so he won't be back for about another week. And so to fill in for that, because I have little to no material prepared, I decided to have Talk Trash come back and save me this week. So Nick and Chase are here again. Not even sure what we're going to be talking about, but we'll just see where it fucking takes us, I guess.
Can I just start by asking how he's assisting the drug? How do you assist the drug cartel?
I don't know. He wouldn't tell me a whole lot. He said he had a good opportunity present itself in making a lot of money. Something about his wife and mother were also involved. I'm pretty sure they're just on vacation. But drug cartel sounds cooler.
Right. No, I just want to know how you assist the drug cartel as an American tourist.
I don't know. Maybe he's like their financial advisor.
Oh, yeah.
He became their accountant.
He's a mule.
Yeah, I mean, if he were to be crossing the border with like an ass full of cocaine, he's more likely to just walk on by.
Right.
I would think. You know what I mean? He's got that red beard and he's white and
wears camo and boots.
He wears camo. Yeah, they're probably like, oh, this is a fucking red-blooded American.
He's probably
right
from
here.
Texas.
He's probably from Texas. We're good. Meanwhile, he has an ass full of balloons of cocaine. So,
good luck to him.
Yeah,
we wish to see him back.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm not gonna apologize. We haven't put out an episode in like 3 weeks, because we've been busy with the drug cartel. We just fucking school and work and friends' birthday parties and shit. So
it's always something, huh?
It's always fucking something, man.
Can I just put that my birthday party was this weekend and you are doing it this weekend, so that didn't hinder you.
That's a fair point, but I will not acknowledge it. Birthday parties are included. No, we just been busy as fuck, and it sucks because I feel like I'm letting you guys down, but you know, life's a giant letdown, so get over it. Anyway, what do we have to talk about today?
I mean, not much, really.
Don't put your hand in front of your mouth.
I was gonna bring up dreams. I don't know, because Chase doesn't remember any of his.
Not very often.
See, Riley's the same way. We've talked about it before, and we've talked about using it as a topic on our podcast before. And fuck it, I'll speak for him. He wakes up in a panic most of the time, sweating like a nightmare, but can't remember what he dreamt about. So we didn't venture into this topic because he doesn't remember any of his dreams, and it would just be me telling stories, I guess. So... But we talked a little bit the other night, and you said that you had some interesting ones to bring to the table.
I was thinking about it recently. There's this reoccurring thing that comes up. It's not usually like the focal point of the dream, but it'll happen where like I'll somehow make my way into like a public bathroom, but it's set up in a way that's almost like a locker room. You know what I mean? It's huge. It's for some reason, but there's this like all the urinals and the toilets like shoot water out of them.
Yeah.
And like I'm just like trying like a madman to avoid being hit by the water, and it's like in my dream it's like a fear.
Yeah. Well, in real life that would be a fucking fear.
That's why it's.
You don't like public bathrooms.
Well, I don't like public bathrooms, and like just the thought of being like touching nasty shit water or something, like not even necessarily like dirty water, just water that's been in a toilet touching me.
No, yeah.
It's like,
and they're all spraying just at you, and you're like avoiding it.
well, and not necessarily at me, but like if
like
you go,
Neo from The Matrix, dodging streams of water in slow motion.
If you go like it like the it's just like there's just water all over the floor, and like the urinals and the toilets are just like shoot like. Not like constantly, but like they'll like be shooting water out. And if you like flush the toilet, it'll shoot water out. And I don't know. I just thought it was weird. It's something that comes up.
Oh my god, that sounds awful.
I want to know what the.
I mean,
I don't think my fear of bathrooms was that
I think
Ingrained.
Mine is bad, man. Mine's bad that I try and touch as little things as I can. I've actually had to text people to come kick the door open because it was a hand dryer and they were out of toilet paper, so I couldn't open the fucking door. So I've texted Anthony before and said, "Hey, come open the door real quick," and he'll just kick it open and I'll walk out because I don't want to touch the door handle.
What if you're somewhere alone? You're just trapped in there.
I mean, I figured it out eventually. Use my foot or something, but it's actually like I've waited like 20 minutes before for someone else to come in the bathroom.
You just stand
Like-
by the door like
No, I'll pretend to be like doing something in the mirror or something
for 20 minutes.
Well, I'm not doing it the whole 20 minutes, but once I hear like the door
You
or
hurry and
something.
run over there.
Yeah, I run up to the dude. No, I don't know. Is there any kind of, you think there's any kind of like meaning to that? Your reoccurring
I
dream
don't
of
know. I just thought
Squirting
it was weird.
urinals?
I just thought it was weird as fuck.
It is weird as fuck.
I had a dream the other night that this girl that we went to school with, Shelby, I won't say her last name, but she's a terrible person. And Shelby, terrible person. I had a dream that Anthony and I and like all my little cousins and my little brother and shit went over to her house to launch a rocket. Not like a military rocket, just like when you'd buy at Walmart.
Yeah.
One of them kind of rockets. And for whatever reason, she had something that we needed to launch this rocket. So we went over to her house and I saw her mom and it was super awkward because I hadn't seen her in fucking 10 years or some shit. And then we walked into her house and nobody was home. And then her mom walked in and then we're like, oh, this is fucking awkward. So we went outside, talked to Shelby. I'm like, hey, we need fucking fuel or whatever for our Walmart rocket. And she's like, all right, let me go inside and get it. And while we're waiting for her to come back out, me and Anthony are like shooting basketball because she has a basketball hoop out there, just waiting for her to show up. And she opens her garage door and then comes out and stands right in front of the garage door and with nothing in her hands, but she's just doing the condom challenge on loop. And me and Anthony are like trying not to look at her. Like, we're like, what the fuck? What is she doing? And she was just snorting condoms and fucking recycling the same one condom.
You said this was last night?
No, this was a couple nights. This was like 2 nights
Okay,
ago.
but it was recent.
It was fucking, yeah, no, it was recent. It was 2 days ago or whatever. But just snorting the condom, pulling it out of her mouth, snorting the condom, pulling. We never actually got to launch the rocket, which was super disappointing because it's the whole reason we went over. And then like it popped like we were in like fucking Paris or something, except her house was the same. And we were just standing on the other side of the street, and she just started slowly walking towards us like a zombie, just recycling this fucking condom. And she got up in my face, right? Got up in my face and fucking snorted this condom and pulled it out and slapped me with it, and I woke up. It was one of the most disturbing dreams I've ever had. I woke up fucking like panting, sweating. It was fucking terrifying. To the point where if I were to see her in public now, because I haven't seen her in fucking 10 years or whatever, if I were to see her in public, it would make me nervous because of this dream. Like I would be... not for my safety or anything, I would just be like, oh my god, I can't look at. Yeah, I'd be uneasy about it. So what's the meaning
What if I
of
could
that?
get her to do that?
The condom challenge?
Just so I could, just in front of you.
Pay her, be like, hey,
I need to
you
do
know,
something.
Alex.
It was terrifying. It was terrifying. I wake up laughing a lot from my dreams.
That's fucking weird.
Sometimes I'll do that sometimes.
I wake up laughing my ass off. Usually for really fucked up reasons. Like Anthony shooting somebody or something. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I think I've talked about it on the podcast before, so I won't get into that story. But yeah, my dreams are... I am a very active dreamer. I've been trying to do the whole fucking... where you can like control it and shit.
Lucid dreaming.
Yeah, but
It's dangerous, dude.
I haven't been able to conquer
Dangerous.
that quite yet.
I guess not lucid dreaming. What is it when you
Sleep paralysis.
when you leave your body? Like you can train yourself to like.
That's like lucid dreaming, and you're still just
Basically.
dreaming. So it's not like you can get stuck or like your soul goes somewhere and all of a sudden.
That's the danger. You can. You get stuck in the. It happened. I was watching some podcast and they were talking about how Sinbad used to do that.
Definitely credible source there. That's what I'm gonna believe. Sinbad. The only documented case ever. And man, it's dangerous stuff. Don't lose to dream, guys.
I wouldn't say he's the. Yeah, I'm just saying. You know.
I think that'd be a bigger problem if people were just getting stuck out of their bodies while they dreamt.
That's the plot of Insidious.
A movie.
A movie, a fictional movie
based on true events, right?
Right. Yeah. Yep.
I mean
based on
that
true events.
it could be like, what? How is there like an amount that has to be accurate to what actually happened for them to say based on true events, or could it be like 3%?
It could be
Like it could be like
doesn't even have to be.
It could be like the first part. So like in the first part of what's that Alien one?
Alien.
No, no, you dickhead. The one with the cornfield and shit.
Science.
Signs. So like Signs, the very first scene where he like shoots up in bed in a panic. That's the only part that's true. You see what I'm saying? So it's like it's
Well,
literally.
they said that was based on true events.
No, I'm just giving an example.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
they didn't say that because. I mean, they could though. They could
That's
though,
what I'm
and then the
saying.
only true event is that he had a nightmare and then woke
Yes.
up. It's like 30 seconds. Like, what is the amount? What is the percentage?
None. It doesn't have to be any.
Well, it would
What-
have to be some for it to be based on true events. It'd have to be at least 1%.
Paranormal activity. At the beginning, it says it's based on true events, or it is true events, or it's real footage, or whatever.
Yeah.
And like
It's not.
people thought it was.
Yeah, I remember when it first came out. People were like, "Damn."
So if it were to say based on true events, and the only true event is that a boring white couple bought a house, that's
What are
true,
you
right?
getting at?
It happened.
Yes.
So they could say based on true events.
No, I'm saying they don't even have. It doesn't even have to be based on true events at all. Nothing in the story has to be.
For them
There's
to say
there's
it.
no law binding
Yeah.
them. To
Well,
it.
that's what I'm asking. Is there like a Hollywood rule of thumb
No.
that says this amount has to be based on true events for them to say that?
I don't think they.
There
I
should
don't
be.
think they play by the rules like that.
Hollywood. We don't play by the rules. So literally every movie, Fast and Furious fucking 12 could be based on true events.
If they said
That's
they wanted to be like,
something-
this one is based on true events.
Yeah. If they stopped making them for a while and they came back and they're like, you know. Okay. Well,
You know? Yeah, I guess they could. It's just that that's kind of it's wrong. They're lying.
do you care that much?
Well, no, not really.
Okay.
Fast and Furious is awful. So,
No, I'm saying for any movie.
I don't know. I feel like it.
If you want something real, go watch a documentary.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, no. I don't know what I'm getting at.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm getting at.
All
It's
right.
just deceiving, I guess. It's hurtful to know
Right,
that
But they don't care.
they don't care. Hollywood doesn't care. Because I thought Batman was real.
Mm-hmm.
Sir
Go on.
No, that's it. That's the whole story.
Anyway, do you write down your dreams at all?
I did in I think from 7th grade to 10th grade. I wrote down at least every other day. I'd wake up and write it down.
Wow.
But I threw all those out because I thought it was weird. I got to that point where like I wanted to start experiencing pussy, and if girls came over
And you
and
found your dream
my dream journals, they're like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. And then it'd just be me jerking off. So I threw it away because I thought it was lame at the time. I wish I would have kept them, so that I could see like what reoccurring dreams I had of urinals spraying me, which was none. But
You write down a lot of your dreams, don't you?
Not a lot, but I do have I have a little place in my phone where I've written down a few. My dreams are very cinematic. It's crazy, bro.
it's like Hollywood cinematic,
Just like
Like based on true events?
Well, just it seems like they're very movie-esque to me. Like
Like
they're
you feel
very
like
they're
you're in a
very
movie?
long, and I don't know. It's hard to explain. But that's
Well-
why I write them down. You know what I mean?
Oh, so that one day you could fucking.
I had a dream one time about I was in like a live action Dexter's Laboratory movie, but it was like sad.
What?
It was weird.
Dexter's Lab, the cartoon.
Yeah.
But it was live action.
No, the other one. It was live action.
Just
like,
clarifying.
And sad.
And there was deaths.
Whoa.
Okay.
Who died?
Was Dee Dee there? Was it
Yes.
Dee Dee? Did Dee Dee die?
No, but some people
Mandark?
did. It's bystanders.
Do you care to get into it? Like tell the story of.
I wrote that one down. I don't want to.
I mean,
it might take. I don't want
if you're trying to make movies out of this, you're probably gonna have to get permission to do that one.
to listen.
I had a dream.
Go to the Dexter's Lab creators and be like, I know you guys have not been doing anything for like the past 15 years, but do I have a fucking idea for you? Live action. We can take this shit to
Sad.
Broadway. Live action.
Not funny.
Sad. Boom, there you go.
Death. Dexter's Lab, 2018.
Oh wow, yeah, that would be cool.
That is a lot.
But I mean, like,
Holy shit.
yeah, they like this one, like. And you can talk about something else while I look through these, or else we're gonna have some dead air. Or I guess we can cut it together.
Yeah, I don't dream really. I mean, I do dream, but I almost immediately start to forget them when I wake up, and I don't sit and think about them.
Yeah, I remember.
And I wish I had scarier dreams. I like having scary dreams.
No.
I do.
I know you
like
like
that
scary
feeling.
movies, but
But you're gonna tell me that I don't like scary dreams?
are man. No, you don't.
They're awful when they're happening, but afterward, it's like such a rush. You're like,
Right, exactly. That's why I like
God,
it.
I
You
could have died.
you wake up and
No.
you've got adrenaline and it feels
Yeah.
good.
Feels good.
I prefer wet dreams. I wish I would have them more.
I've not had a wet dream for 10 years.
Sucks ass.
It does suck. I wish I would.
Every time I have sex in a dream, it's like I'm just having. I almost have sex. You know what I mean? Like everything keeps almost happening. Something happens right before I'm about to fucking penetrate or something, or it keeps going, but I never ever come.
Yeah, a lot of mine are like I'll get like
I'll feel like I'm
a
close.
few seconds of it, and then like something else will happen to where like
Yeah.
it's not happening anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, that sucks ass.
Do you think that that's because of, like, now that we're older, and not only have we experienced sex, but we have it. You know what I mean? When you're fucking 12 and
And all you
13
can
and
think
shit,
about
and
is
all
sex,
you
but
can
you're not
think about is
having it?
sex, and you're not having it. Do you think that's?
I mean,
Well,
that's part of
I-
it. Plus, you get that rush of hormones too that we don't get anymore. You know.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that would have much to do with it because like we want it in the dream and it almost happens or it does happen for a little bit, but like for some reason your brain is like
Right,
you,
but
you want it, but your brain like takes it away.
I guess like your body as far as your body goes. Like
Body
if-
knows
if-
to not come in your sleep anymore.
No. But like if you were to not jerk off or have sex for like a year and a half,
Uh-huh.
I feel like it would be like instant when you did. Like I feel like if I were to not jerk off or have sex for a year and then like the anniversary of that 1 year, I could like flick it and I would like I'd be so fucking pent up and backed up that
Yeah.
I like a cool breeze and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could dream about people snorting condoms and it would make me come. Like that's how backed up I am. So that's what I mean as far as the physical part of it, not the dream itself.
I don't get. What are you getting?
You're so sexually pent up and frustrated when.
Yeah. Physically,
Okay.
in your dream, like it would like what would be just sex in your dream, or that even before you get to that part where it's actually penetrating, just like the hand job that you would get in your dream would make you have a wet dream because your pipes are so backed
Yeah.
up that physically you're just ready to.
I wish I got more
Yeah.
hand jobs in my dream.
So
Come to think about it, I don't know that I've ever had a hand job in my dreams.
I think I've had like 2.
I don't know. So whereas you didn't start jacking off until after you had sex, but would you have wet dreams before that?
I don't think so.
You never had a wet dream before sex or jerking off?
I don't think I did until after I started having sex. But I don't know. But like, because I wasn't masturbating either, so like I didn't.
That's
I
so
hadn't- I
that's so
hadn't-
that's
I
so
hadn't
weird
really-
to me.
I hadn't really ever
You didn't
came.
Yeah.
follow the natural chain reaction.
Right. He would just get blue balls
That's so weird.
and just live with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh. I mean, it's not like you were sheltered as a child. You know what I
No.
mean? So I don't feel like why was it that
Did you watch porn?
Did you know what masturbating was?
Softcore stuff on on. Like,
Did you know
TV.
what masturbating was and just never do it?
Yeah, I knew like it existed and people did it.
That's even weirder. If you were to say no, I had no idea what it was, then I'd be like, oh, that kind of fucking makes sense. But if you're like, yeah, I knew what it was, I knew it was awesome, and I knew everybody was doing it, but I still didn't, that makes it.
But like I said, I had never came at all, so I didn't know.
It's just crazy your body didn't force you to at that point.
I was coming before I could come.
Yeah, me too.
Back in the awesome days where it just would twitch and nothing would come out. You could literally do it anywhere because there was no mess, no cleanup. I mean, anywhere that's legal. But I mean like
Anywhere.
yeah, like I could step into the bathroom and be fucking knock it out real quick, no cleanup, no nothing. You'd have no idea that I did it. But now it's just a fucking mess.
I mean, I could. Never mind.
It's just weird to me that you knew all about it. You
All
knew
about
it was
everything.
awesome, and didn't explore it.
Like I said, I've watched like softcore shit.
You would
on
watch
TV.
softcore porn and not.
Yeah, I
Right
just
off.
watched it. This is pretty cool.
I mean,
I know I like this for some reason.
I'm
There's something but it's cool.
to the point where I can watch normal porn just like normal. And,
Oh, yeah.
and not have to
Not
jerk
even,
off,
like,
right?
get a boner or
But back then, I was timing my masturbation routine to when Mr. and Mrs. Smith would come on. The sex scene where they're wrestling in the kitchen, right? That softcore I could finish to. But now it takes a lot more. Like when a scene happens in a movie or something, Michelle's like, does that do it for you? I'm like,
It's a fucking
motherfucker,
movie.
I'm not even chubbed. Like, you're gonna have to put in a lot more work than that. But back then, it's softcore. Dude,
Any titties, like
Yeah.
I saw a titty and I was like, whoa, I'm hard.
I'm to the point now, probably because we're spoiled with the internet and shit, that I don't even know how people could jerk off to magazines. like Playboys and shit.
I
had
never
I-
really understood it either.
My dad had them around, and my brother and I would always find them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would look at them and stuff, and they'd make me horny and shit. But now with our access,
But yeah,
to,
now fucking why?
access to anything you want in your hand, like fucking magazine subscription, nothing moves.
Yeah, it's fucking lame. It's just
Weird.
a bunch of still pictures, and it's not. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
I had a dude at work ask me, he's like, so do you, because, I am a very sexual being. He's like, do you pay for porn? Have you ever rented porn? I'm like, no, dude.
Rented?
Yeah. Like from Blockbuster
Blockbuster.
that doesn't exist anymore. He's like, I feel like it's a rite of passage. I was like, I don't see it that way at all. I see is you paid money for something you could have gotten for free.
Mm-hmm.
So you're an idiot.
You should pay for your porn though,
Why?
because it's. I mean, I guess it depends on the kind of porn you're consuming, but the porn industry has a lot of people that work really hard
No,
and
I'm not.
put these things out.
I'm not saying they don't.
And they do it as a job. Like they won't. Would you be pissed if you had to put together a jet engine for free? Like you put together this jet engine, you worked so hard in it.
Yeah.
You thought you were gonna get paid, and then somebody stole it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
But-
If I don't see it as stealing. If I don't pay.
It's
for
also
porn.
it's also
Also,
the-
I would if I knew that I wasn't gonna get paid, I wouldn't put together the jet engine.
But if you
Like-
like porn from places like Pornhub is similar to YouTube. Like you can get paid from having your
Yeah.
videos on Pornhub and
That's
stuff.
why I say I guess it depends on the kind of
Yeah.
porn that you consume.
Also, just like regular porn stars, they're getting paid like up front usually. They're not worried about like the YouTube thing where a certain amount of people have to watch it.
Subscribers and
They're
that.
getting paid by like a company or whoever.
And then I would do it. Then I would put together the jet engine. But if I went into my job well knowing that people were just gonna rip it off and I wasn't gonna get paid, then I wouldn't do it.
I think it applies most, I think, to like cam girls.
I mean,
Yeah.
but like with cam girls, there's an incentive to paying. I still don't, because
Yeah,
I don't watch cam girls at all. So,
Okay.
but there's an incentive to paying across the table like that. I can see why they don't get paid by, or may not get paid by a company like you were saying, because you're paying them. Like right now, you're tipping them, kind of thing. But there's an incentive. There's an incentive. You tip her, and she's more likely to come because she's wearing that little fucking thing, the oh my bod or whatever the fuck it's called or whatever. And every time you
Tell
tip
me you
her,
don't watch cam girls.
Huh?
You know what that is,
That's a
bitch.
lot of swearing there.
Okay, so I've dabbled, but
Oh.
it's not my go-to shit. Also, if you pay a certain amount of money, then you get like a private session with her or shit like that.
Yeah.
So I understand why you would pay. Why you would pay then, but as far as like no Pornhub and RedTube, I don't subscribe to.
Yeah, like subscription things and
Yeah, and they also have incentives. You
Right,
get
so
you get
you
better
get
quality
exclusive
porn,
stuff.
you get exclusive porn, and you get full lengths. Whereas most of the videos on there are just little shots, type of thing. But I see the incentive, but no, why would I? It's not that important to my life that I feel like I would
That's
have
the
to
difference,
pay
yeah.
for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
where were we?
We were talking about Dexter's Lab, and it kind of just spiraled into that.
Wow. We really went on a
Yeah,
tangent
we
there.
ventured. But no, did you have? You were
Like I
you were
said, I have a
supposed to be
lot.
reading. You were supposed to be
Yeah.
reading. We were filling in dead space.
That's what happened.
I had a dream one time. Do you know who PewDiePie is?
Yeah.
I had a dream I was in like Italy with him, and we were filming a porn with some girls.
And then you bring it right back to porn.
It got me.
Were you getting paid for
Got
it?
me thinking about that. And was I getting paid for it?
Were you
I was
and
getting
him
sex. I
direct-
didn't need to get paid. Okay.
Were you and him directing it, or was
We were in it.
Oh.
so like group sex with PewDiePie?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Nice. This is what I wrote down. Me and PewDiePie getting hand jobs in Italy, and then someone threw up on me at some point, like not on purpose.
Is
was
that
on
it?
accident.
That's all you wrote down?
It says me and PewDiePie getting hand jobs in Italy. Period. Throws up on me. Period.
Who threw up on you? Was it PewDiePie?
I think it was one of the girls on accident or something like that.
Did you see PewDiePie's penis?
I think so. Pretty sure.
I wonder what your brain placed together there. Like, what dick from whatever you've seen before did it put on PewDiePie's body?
Yeah.
I read an article a while back. I don't know who the source was or if it's credible or if it's real or not. But it was saying that just a little food for thought that your brain doesn't make people up. It uses people that you've seen. So it could be somebody that you saw in the bar fucking 3 weeks ago that you didn't even talk to,
Yeah.
right? And then you could have a dream where you're fucking her. But when you wake up, you're picturing her, but don't know who it is. Like it seems like a random stranger, but your brain got it from somewhere, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've read that. I don't
Yeah.
know how much validity it holds.
Yeah,
dreams
no,
dreams are really hard to study.
Yeah,
They're very. We still don't know a lot about why we dream, about the things we do, because it's so hard to study.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to see other people's dreams? They're actually working on that, like hooking people's brains up and starting to get
You
like
can see
images.
like images.
that's yeah. I saw that shit. That's
Fucking
fucking
crazy.
That's crazy. I mean, if they like, where would it then stop? It wouldn't just need to be a dream at that point. Like it could be a whole new
Form of media.
form of media and a whole new form of like a lie detector.
God,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? The cops could pull you in
No,
with
exactly.
a fucking warrant. A warrant to search your brain, right? A warrant to search your brain. And then they would talk about what happened and like you can't help it and you're picturing everything that
Have you seen?
Like
That's
Black Mirror.
There's an episode of Black Mirror that is basically does that same
They
thing.
hook you up to like this little TV, and like
Yeah.
it plays like back what you saw through your eyes. So like if you
Is that one of the newer?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched the new season yet.
It's pretty cool.
But yeah, that's terrifying. And then you're gonna have a bunch of people freaking out and it's my
Thought
fucking
crime.
privacy and thought crime.
That's basically what the
Ugh.
episode
That's
goes into.
that's fucking terrifying.
Right.
That like bridges a whole new path to us being able to like telepathically communicate too. You know what I mean? If we have these little TVs what is next in the technology to where we just hook up straight, like fucking landline style, as opposed to like, here's my TV,
Right.
you watch my TV, I'm watching yours kind of
Right.
thing. God, that would be cool. It'd be so much cooler because every time somebody's like, dude, I took this chick home and you wouldn't fucking believe. Their story never quite adds up. If they could just bust out a little, check this shit out. Like, watch this shit. Like your dream, getting thrown up on by PewDiePie. That'd be so much cooler than just you being like, oh yeah, we were in Paris and he threw up on my dick. Or whatever it is that...
You're really
Taking some liberties there.
I mean, you had 2 sentences, right? So
Yeah.
I could now make a movie and be like, based on a true story. But I take your 2 sentences and I make this whole fucking porno out of it. I could
you
take
should do that.
Yeah.
You know, like a PewDiePie. I'll play PewDiePie.
You
Obviously.
play Nick.
I wonder if we could get the real PewDiePie on. Like,
No.
if he ever sees this, hey, we have a pitch for you.
I had a dream where I was in a dog. I got my brain was in a dog's body.
You need to talk louder.
Okay, I was in a. So this is one of the shorter ones, but I was in a car, going somewhere, and then a tornado came, and it fucking.
Oh, whoa, hold on. Did you change dreams?
What do you mean?
Did you change dreams just now?
Yes.
Or are you still your brain in a dog's body with
That's
a tornado?
after. This is the same dream. So I'm a human in a car with some people just driving,
Okay.
and then a tornado hits us,
Okay.
and, and the car flips, and then like I black out for a little bit, and then when I come to, I'm in a dog. I'm a dog basically.
So the tornado ripped you out of your body and threw you into a dog.
Basically.
Something like that. I'm guessing, but my mouth feels like it's filled with teeth.
Hold on. So the sensation would be very similar to what it is now. You currently have a mouth filled with teeth. So why would you say I feel the sensation of a mouth filled with teeth when that's normal to you? Because you feel it every day.
Like loose teeth, like like a handful. There's like
There's
Yeah.
loose teeth in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like corn nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I look in the mirror and I see that I'm a dog, and everyone sees me as a dog. Like
How did you get out of the flipped over car?
like I said, we get hit and like
Okay.
the car flips.
Yep.
And
Are you thrown from the car?
No.
Or there's a
I'm-
mirror in the car?
I'm in it.
Okay. There's a and you look
then
in like
I
the
wake
rear
up
view.
later. I wake up later and I'm somewhere else. I'm in like some neighborhood.
But it still feels like the same dream.
I'm
it
pretty
is
sure
the
it's the same dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Just a
like
little
I
neighborhood
feel,
dog.
I feel like I see myself as human, and I feel like everything's normal, but everyone sees me as a dog.
Okay.
And I look in the mirror and I'm a dog.
Did you like hop up and look in the mirror?
Were you thinking I feel like myself while walking on all fours? Were you crawling on the ground and be like, I still
Like-
feel like Nick?
Like I was walking around normal, but like for some reason people
That's
like
so
saw me
weird.
as a dog.
And then you looked in the mirror, you were a dog.
Yeah.
What kind of dog were you?
Like I'm pretty sure it was like one of these little
One of
wiener
these little
dogs.
boo-boos?
Yeah.
Wait, where did what happened with the mouthful of teeth? Did you spit him out? Or?
I don't know. I have a lot of dreams about like losing teeth. So like I'm pretty sure that's just
You're scared of losing your teeth.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's what that was. But
So they were your teeth.
I don't know. Fuck.
Were they your human body?
There's a lot of
teeth
fucking
inside your
unanswered
dog's
questions with
mouth?
this dream specifically.
Was there more to it?
No, that's one of the shorter ones.
So you looked in the mirror and the dream was over?
No, I was like trying to convey. I couldn't talk. I was a dog. I was trying to convey. I was trying to get people to understand that it was me in there. But I couldn't.
What were you
talk.
doing?
Just like
Or like-
I couldn't talk. Period. So, yeah.
Weird. I wish I had dreams.
I mean, to me, it sounds like reincarnation. You were
Something-
reincarnated.
I'm-
You died.
I don't know. I don't
and
know.
You died. The tornado killed you, and then you were reincarnated as a dog.
Yeah.
But still had the same memories and mentality
Yeah.
of your past life.
Mm-hmm. I'm guessing that's the plot of it. I don't know.
That's weird. Like, we could make a movie where, like, Ben Franklin dies and then becomes your wiener dog.
Ben Franklin.
I thought he was just an ordinary dog until he started giving me signs.
And what signs would he give you? And it's just like in the trailer, it's just like that. That's Ben Franklin. And then you would
What's the
have
title
to.
of that movie?
I don't.
My dog begged Ben Franklin.
And then after you figured out that it's Ben Franklin, you would then have to convince your friends that
In
your
the
dog is
world,
Ben.
that's the challenge.
Yeah, that's the
plot
challenge
of the movie.
Taking your dog around and be like,
This is Ben.
it's Ben Franklin. Take him to the White House and be like, listen, he has some insight.
Put
on this new
$100 bill in front of him.
This. How would you? I don't even know how you would.
Fuck.
How you would figure it out.
We're gonna
That-
have to. We're
that'd
gonna
be
have to
part
work
of
it.
Your
It's
dog.
a
Your
working-
dog really
we
likes.
have to have work
No,
it.
this movie, it would be also from the point of view of the dog trying to convince you that he's Ben Franklin. So
Right.
it's like an internal monologue that is Ben Franklin.
Trying to convince you, and the
Yeah.
only two clues that he has is a $100 bill and kites.
Exactly what I was going to say. And kites, maybe a key.
Those are
You
the
keep
only
picking
two.
up the key in your mouth and put it on the kite. You know?
Like, holy shit! And then one
And then at the
day,
end of the movie, they're in a boardroom meeting. And the dog comes in.
and
they
Ben
finally
Franklin
figure it out.
Yeah, Ben Franklin's in a fucking suit with a little tie. My dog, Ben Franklin. I mean, it would really lead up to that would be the whole climax of the movie. The
Yeah.
ending would be like, now he's in Congress. Like, it would be really lame.
Founding
Or his
father
soul,
back in...
or like he finally did what he had to do, so Ben Franklin's soul leaves the dog's body.
That would be our sequel. So Ben Franklin then wakes up as a chipmunk in our sequel, and
Oh my god.
has to find his way back to the White House.
My squirrel Ben Franklin.
It's just a whole like we could do like
It's like a Medea collection, almost. Like
Yeah.
every...
or Fast and Furious.
Right.
It's just another It's another same movie of what it was the time before, except Paul Walker's dead from now on type of thing. But it's the same fucking rinse and repeat bullshit.
Yeah.
So we could just have Ben Franklin waking up as different animals.
It'd be hilarious.
Ben Franklin.
It could be a TV show.
Yeah.
Sketch TV show. Copyrighted, don't steal that.
Yeah. You can't have that. Ben Franklin's ours. We own him. What else you got? You wake up with an alligator with a mouthful of teeth or something? Fuck off, dude. Go away. Go away, Ben Franklin. Go do something with a kite. Go away.
When you get a dog, you should name him Ben Franklin. And only call him Ben Franklin, not Ben.
Yeah, not Ben or Franklin. Ben Franklin every time.
Like a lot of these are long. I had a dream about sentient wolves.
Were they coming to get you?
What it says is I was protecting some dogs in a house. I think it was these dogs actually. But there's like wolves outside.
Trying to get them. Get the little dogs. They want to eat the little dog,
They want to kill. I'm guessing.
and you have to protect them. You're charged with their protection.
And then they get in, but then they stand on their hind legs and they become sentient and they can talk.
And all of a sudden they don't want it. They're not killer anymore.
No.
Yours are so weird, man.
Yeah.
Yours are so weird. A lot of mine revolve around sex. I've had a dream where I was having sex and she wanted me to choke her, and we were doing doggy style, and I reached around and grabbed her neck and her head popped off like a doll, but she was still alive, both body and head. And she's like, "Cool, now set me down so I can watch." So I put her up next to prop the pillow up next to the wall and just set her head there, and she was just watching me fuck her body.
So that's pretty fucked up.
No, yeah. I mean, she was enjoying it.
No, I'm saying like you're like, man, Nick, your dreams are weird.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking weird.
Well, that's what I'm saying is
pop your head off.
They're weird, but most of them are weird that revolve around one circular thing, and that is sex. Where his go from him being a dog to protecting dogs to sentient dogs. Maybe yours is just dogs.
Do you dream about dogs a lot?
No, I don't think so.
Are you currently reading one that has to do with dogs?
I'm trying to see if any of these are interesting enough to go. You know, like I said, a lot of them are really long.
Will you just wake up from a dream and just like...
Yeah.
That's what I used to do when I'd write my shit down, because right after you wake up is when it's fucking
Yeah,
fresh.
it's usually only if they, like I said, like if they feel like really cinematic. You know what I mean?
Is there music in your dreams?
Not that I can think of. I'm not sure.
Something
See,
that
look how fucking damn this one's long as shit. Look.
we're gonna
Oh, that's one.
holy shit, we're gonna get into that. But real quick, I when I was in the Navy, I became friends with a dude named Milo Gonzalez, and he.
Yeah, we met him.
Oh yeah. You guys
hung out
met.
with
You guys
him
met
in a way.
Milo. So he didn't move to the U.S. until he was like 14. He moved from Colombia, and so English is his second language. And we were sitting on watch one night, and it didn't even occur to me until we started talking about dreams and shit that he still dreams in Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
And it blew my like. It's not like if somebody would have told me like Russians or Germans or whatever, they all dream in different languages, that I would argue it. It's that I never
Had thought
even
about
considered it, because I'm so used to my little fucking American bubble type shit. But it blew my mind that, wow, fucking Chinese people dream in Mandarin.
Right.
You know what I mean? That
Their
was-
inner
When you
monologue.
ask-
Yeah, their inner
they
monologue
think
is-
in that language.
Yeah.
Which is
And
yeah, it's crazy.
and then we got into that, and he talked about that was one of his, as far as having a conversation in English, that was one of the hardest parts, because it's not just like I talk to you, you think of a reply and talk back, right? He had to. It was hearing it, translating it, processing it in his native language, and then translating it back into English, and
wow.
it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So many fucking steps involved.
Yeah, that
just
is
to have
crazy.
a conversation. Anyway,
You should let me cinematically
Yes,
read
you
these.
should. God, that would be awesome. That big
I have
one.
to make sure. Let me do
What
a
do you
quick
mean?
run-through.
No, come on. It's all on the table now. I just popped a chick's head off while doing doggy style, so you can.
Do you want to? Okay. There's this one, which is really fucking long, or
Whichever one you think lends itself better to a dramatic reading.
Yeah.
this one's scary.
Okay.
You want to read that one,
Yeah.
or do you want to read one that's epic?
So we have.
Ooh.
What was the first one? So you have
Scary
scary,
or
epic,
epic?
and
Scary, epic.
Don't you hate that word epic?
Yeah, that's why I said it.
why do you hate the word epic? Oh shit! Here we go.
It's just it's stupid. It came around in 20 whenever. It's old for one, but it's just like internet kid slang.
The things that it were used.
Like
It was used to describe
gamer
weren't actually
like
epic.
gamer slang. Like people that say noob.
Yeah. That was
Fucking hate
that was
shit.
epic.
That's what people.
Yeah.
That's so epic. Like Hot Topic shirt that says fucking epic on it.
Epic fail.
Yeah.
That was,
I mean, pretty much everything that comes from Hot Topic is.
Epic.
epic.
No, it's-
so very epic.
Is garbage.
Yeah.
Is what I was getting at. It's all
Where'd you get that shirt?
Batman garbage, huh?
Where'd you get that shirt?
I bought it online.
Oh, looks like it's from Hot Topic.
It's.
It could be a Hot Topic shirt.
Hot Topic is. Have you been?
They have
to
a
Hot
whole
Topic?
Rick and Morty section.
I haven't been to Hot Topic in fucking 5 years.
Yeah, that's a good
They
thing.
love.
When
they
I
love-
left, it was still all Batman bullshit.
I mean, there's still some Batman, but there's a lot of like Rick and Morty and shit like that too.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's what they do. It's Hot Topic. It's in the fucking name. Why do you? I hate when people are like, "Oh, you guys fucking changed and started selling
No,
this
no, no,
popular
no,
stuff."
no.
It's like, what the did you expect? What's the name? Hot
no,
Topic.
Of course, I wouldn't say that. Every store sells popular shit. What?
But
Why
Hot
would you- why
Topic
would
is
you-
pop culture.
Yeah.
So they're
it's
going
meant
to
to
be
be that.
selling
But why would you open a store and say, "Hey, let's sell a bunch of stuff that nobody's gonna want to buy. Let's sell a bunch of unpopular
Right,
shit."
yeah, no, you
So
wouldn't.
I get that. I
Yeah.
get that.
When people come in, you guys sold out. You don't sell trip pants anymore.
They're
You're the
not
only guy in
popular
Utah who
anymore.
still wants them, dude.
Yeah. It's no longer a hot topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to read the Dexter's Lab one?
Yes.
Which one's the best? Which
Yeah, I
one's
don't
the
know.
most epic?
God.
I don't think they're.
Yeah, I apologize for the fucking chairs.
I just feel like every time I move, it's making a sound.
and the table and everything's all squeaky and shit. And
You can try and read that one. I don't know if it's gonna be that good, but it's written in a note, like a note sort of way, and not like necessarily written like a book. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's gonna. We can cut it out if it's not that good.
oh, I don't cut shit out on my podcast. So if it's not on their video, come check out the podcast. It'll be here.
On top of a house, there's a ladder that leads to an area where you can do anything, and you're basically immortal. A heaven, if you will. It's a small area.
Hold on. You say it's not written like a book, and you put in shit like "if you will." A note wouldn't have "if you will."
Well, some of them, like.
You made it sound like it's a damn shopping list, and it's like, I need some eggs and milk and some cream,
A lot
if
of them
you
are
will.
like that, but like, and there's pieces in there that are like that.
I'm gonna try my
written in
best
that
to-
way. Yeah.
Yeah, emphasize that shit. Let's hear it.
It's a small area, but it can heal the sick, make you young again, and you can make almost anything appear out of thin air. Do anything, basically. Me and other people are basically living there, and then coming down to the real world to see what's going on in the post-apocalyptic wasteland that is the world now. There's a small area where the ladder is located that is the middle area, that if you stay there for any extended period of time, you become weak, lethargic, and unmotivated to move back to the real world. It's clear that it's a future of my life, with my mom being old, weak, and in a wheelchair. I plan to save her by bringing her up the ladder, but I have to do it without letting other people know. It's assumed that I do this at some point.
Why?
Okay, hold on. Do you have a question?
I have a couple. You say it's written like a note. I want to know what your note looks like to get your oil changed, because that is way beyond note language. But also, why you make it sound like you're healing the Pope, and that if your mom is no longer in a wheelchair, the whole world's gonna notice, and your whole secret is fucking
What do you mean?
is a bust.
You couldn't let anybody know that you were trying to take your mom up the ladder.
It's because it's a post-apocalyptic thing, so it's like people want it to go to that. They're gonna want to take control of that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
obviously.
I got you, but in a post-apocalyptic area, everyone would be all fucked up. So I'm with you on that. But I guess what I'm getting at is everyone in wheelchairs? And then
my mom is just old. Like, she's just old.
So, but do you think there's enough people that know who she is that would notice if she was no longer old and in a wheelchair? Or is everyone old and in a wheelchair, and then she just walks down the street and they're like, what the fuck?
No, when we go there, you want to stay there. There's no point in coming back down to.
So you're trying.
You have all your friends and family up there. There's no point in coming back down because it's like a perfect.
So then why is it a secret?
Because no one knows about it.
Right, but then
if all these shitty ass people know about it, they're gonna like come and
ruin it.
Basically.
So he's trying to. Yeah.
So you're trying to. So is it you die? It's not that you die and you go there like heaven.
No.
You found this ladder.
You found this ladder, right? So what you're saying is you're trying to stage your mom's death.
No.
So
what are you talking about?
How? I'm just confused at why you. I mean, your mom could just leave and no one would notice. What I'm saying is, if you were to bring your mom into this world, how is anyone going to notice? How would your cover be blown where everybody's like, oh shit?
Well, if anybody sees me go up there, they're gonna.
It's a literal ladder.
Yeah.
It's an actual.
Yeah.
Wood ladder.
There's an actual like doorway to it.
Like
it's like in like an old ass house. You know what I mean?
And you think that people would be so concerned if you carried your crippled old mom up this ladder that they'd be like, dude, we got to go up there. Where are they going?
They could maybe they I don't know.
Anyway, it's a dream. He has to keep it a secret so that nobody knows about this golden ladder.
Yes.
Continue.
And it's assumed that he does this at one point. That's what it says.
Okay. Did they find out?
Just let it go on.
Another plot line is that being in the immortal zone for too long can make you go a bit crazy. So you have to get out to the real world for a bit. But
Okay,
it is
so
unsafe
you can't
out
necessarily live there. You have to get out of it every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Or you'll go crazy.
I say we should just make money and appear. I say we should just make money appear and travel the world. But it's mentioned that you can't take anything you create there into the real world. It will just disappear. Later...
Again, pause. What is in a post-apocalyptic world? Is traveling the world still a priority?
Is money?
Would you want to go from? Would you be sitting in your fucking busted down, torn up house in the fucking destroyed ozone heat and be like, "You want to go to Australia?" Like, would you?
Is there still going to be airlines?
Yeah. Would you want to go from one nuclear wasteland to the next?
Probably.
How are you going to get there? And what's money going to do in a post-apocalyptic?
I don't know if it's necessarily post-apocalyptic.
But it's not a normal.
It's a dream.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
No. This
This
is reality now. We're pretending this is real.
Later, it's me, Chase, and Megan, and a few other people living in the Immortal Zone. And people of the post-apocalyptic setting are realizing that something is going on up the ladder. At this point, the middle ground is disguised as a rundown 2-level house. But the front door to the middle ground is on the second floor, only accessible via a ladder that leads to a hatch on the roof in front of the Immortal Zone door.
For a dream, it's so detailed. My dreams are not that detailed.
He's got things in here that are like little side, like in parentheses. Like, this is a side note that I also noticed. Like,
holy shit, most people don't even observe that much detail when they go out on a daily basis.
Right.
Like, somebody could go to the mall and not acquire that much detail and remember that much about going to the mall. And here you are, like, there's a fucking tunnel with a hatch and it has fucking 4 bolts on it that are clearly Phillips heads. Like, holy shit.
they begin surrounding the area and trying to crawl up the ladder. We have to fight off a few people, but Chase runs out and locks the hatch, making it impossible for anyone to get up. We're safe for the time being.
Oh my god.
Later, we hear what sounds like the police or army, what's left of it after the apocalypse, coming to clear out the area of people, detaining or killing everyone, basically. We realize we're in danger, because if the army gets up the ladder and comes in, they can't kill us, but they can drag us out of the Immortal Zone, and then do whatever they want with us.
The army's just raping everyone.
They can drag us out of here, do whatever they want.
I imagine this whole thing taking place and the army shows up and like, hey, what's going on? Like, they won't let us in. Like, and Chase's head just through the hatch be like, no, you're not coming in. Like, that's all that's taking place. You're making it sound like it's this big medieval fucking battle with flamethrowers and like people are kicking through the hatch to keep all these zombie-like post-apocalyptic people out.
Basically what it was.
And the army
Like,
shows up. The army shows up and just starts beating their ass.
No, it's because people are crowding basically. Like it's like a riot almost.
Okay.
And so they come in and they're trying to disperse it by killing you, or detaining them or whatever.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
We begin to panic, and then realize that this has happened before. This has all happened before. But somehow the timelines have crossed, and we have memory of it. In the alternate timeline, the army was successful. So we quickly think of how we can protect ourselves. We can't bring anything outside of the Immortal Zone, weapons, etc. But then in a moment of comic nerdy genius, one of the guys inside thinks of a plan.
What the fuck, man? That is so... You just said this isn't written like a book, and I feel like I am, like, while Chase is reading it, in my head I'm picturing a fucking comic book.
This one's very detailed comparatively.
You didn't start off saying that. You said this is like, oh, these
Some
are
of
just
them
like
are more detailed
these are
than
just like my
others.
side notes. Like, you can read these ones.
His back is to me, and his back is to me. Then there is all of a sudden a blue glow and hum. He turns around to reveal a lightsaber. Not a toy, but a real one. Because anything is possible to create in the Immortal Zone. He tells us the plan that we can't bring anything outside the lines of the Immortal Zone. If we can wait until someone is at... What? He tells us the plan that we can't bring anything outside the lines of the Immortal Zone. If we can wait until someone is right at the line, and then we can fatally slash them with the lightsabers.
So they stick their head through the hatch and you just chop it off?
Basically.
Yeah.
So we wait.
So we wait. Just sitting there with a lightsaber. Like gophers coming through a hole. What happens if they burn the house down?
It's nothing.
It's like it's in a different dimension. It just happens to be in this building, right? The hatch goes into a different dimension.
Right, it does,
Kind
but
of.
but the house is your stairway. right?
Basically.
So if they burn the house down, are we trapped in the immortal? like we can't get out because they destroyed.
I don't know. I hadn't ventured into that.
Oh, okay.
That was brought up.
It wasn't brought up.
So we wait. We lower the opening to the ground, widen it, and then an epic battle begins when the army begins to storm the zone.
The zone.
We're slashing their heads off and their torsos in half. We begin to get overwhelmed, but we end up managing to kill them all, except one last thin wave of them. They charge at us, but the sabers turn to toys and slide across the torsos, doing nothing. The army stops, and one of them says in a joking manner, "What are you guys doing? The shoot is over." The lights go up, and it turns out we're in the set of a movie. I immediately jump out of character, and everyone leaves the set, talking about how the movie should end. I wake up.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Wow, I really need to start writing my dreams down. God damn. How big was the hatch? Was it only big enough for one person to climb through at a time?
So it's like because it's on the doors on the second level. There's
Okay.
like a garage type thing
Okay.
with a roof, and then
Okay.
there's the hatches. It's really not that hard to get to. If you had another ladder, you could probably go around it. But there's a ladder that goes up to the hatch, and then you go through the hatch, and then through the door.
How big is the hatch itself?
Like the size of a hatch.
So a normal size hatch. So it would be the size of one person to get through at one time. So I could kneel down next to I don't know how the army got in, right? Because I could kneel down next to the hole and just swing back and forth. But if they can only fit through one person at a time.
But we lowered the hatch and widened it.
Why would we do that? whose fucking nerdy comical idea was that? Or whatever the hell you called it. Was it his idea to?
So that because everyone's going to try and run in,
Okay.
and then once they get right to the point, right to the line, that's when you can kill them.
Yeah. So you want to make the hole bigger?
Yeah.
Makes the battle more epic, I guess.
I'm just saying, in defense purposes, why would that be your go-to? Like, you know what would be better, defense-wise, is if more of them can get in
so
at
you
one
can kill them
time.
faster.
Dude, I'm immortal. I got all the time in the world. I'm not in a hurry to kill
No,
them.
they can kill you in there.
No,
No?
but they can drag you out.
But how are you
And-
killing them in there?
Once they're
They're at the line.
once they're right at the line, you can kill them because nothing can leave. Go outside.
So there's
But
an
if you have
area-
if you have like a lightsaber, then you could
Oh.
slash right there, and it's gonna.
There's that middle ground, that transition point, that's roughly the size of one human.
At first, and then later on it changes.
Right.
That you're right. That is an epic dream.
Holy shit.
I've never had a dream like that.
That's not the Dexter's Lab. Is that the Dexter's Lab one?
No.
Okay.
Did you hear that? No. But yeah, I mean,
Oh, cool. That was right into the mic. Turn your shit on silent. It's probably not too bad with all this fucking creaking and rattling and shit. So, Dexter's Lab Dream, or like I said, I really had nothing to talk about.
I figured we'd probably just end up riffing on some stuff.
Yeah, I had nothing really prepared for this episode. I don't know. Current events. What's going on?
A lot is always going on.
Yeah.
It seems like it's... Oh, man. There's almost too much going on at one time to pinpoint anything.
yeah.
It's really something else. And I don't know if it's just because we're older and more aware of it now, or if things are actually a lot crazier now.
I mean, I would say that everybody's like, well, fucking, when I was a kid, time to.
Yeah.
It's because you were a fucking kid. Of course, everything was better when you were a kid. In some.
But are
cases.
things like really crazy right now? Is this... I feel like they are.
I mean, yeah, I would say so. I mean, I don't know because when you research history, it's typically a very, it's very summarized. It's very,
The big points are made.
yeah, the big points are made, but all the little things right, kind of get filtered out because it's really the most important shit at the time. But there's so much, like, especially with the birth of the internet, there's so much going on, and you since you're living it in the moment, you see all the little things as well. It's not just the big headliners. So I would say that's part of it. But yeah, I don't know. I should have researched some articles or whatever. I heard another podcast talking about a dude in Scotland was arrested for teaching his pug how to do the Nazi salute or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were talking about that. And another one where a lady was traveling with her dog and she carried on her dog, and then the what do they call them?
They made
the chicks that hand out drinks and shit.
yeah, whatever. That
They made her put the dog in the overhead compartment, and the dog fucking suffocated.
Died?
Yeah,
Yeah.
died up there.
We got some legislation on that real quick.
Yeah, well,
One dog dies in the plant. Of course, that's
when
awful.
when a dog dies.
When-
Come on, let's be real.
White people hate when dogs die,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
That's a big deal.
yeah. that
And
is
so
a big deal.
immediately something was done about that. Like just a couple months, if not just a month after, 17 children were killed, and nothing was done.
No, we don't give a fuck about that.
It blows my mind. And yeah, it's good that we did that. Like, you shouldn't be shoving dogs in overhead bins. That's bad, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we try and avoid politics and shit.
You just said current events. What's going on?
I know, but unfortunately, that's all that's
That's
like,
what's going on.
That's what's going on. There's nothing else really going on.
Oh man, it's
There's
crazy.
no other.
No, we can definitely avoid politics though.
Yeah, there's that kid that yodels in Walmart. I mean, really?
I was talking about that yesterday. I was telling Nick, I was like, he just became famous like overnight.
Yeah,
So fast.
yeah,
So fast.
yeah.
That was a meme. I saw so many iterations of it within 24 hours of when I first saw it.
Yeah, and
Just
like
everything.
literally that like 12 hours later, there's like a dubstep remix and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it happens so fucking fast now. And the smallest thing, like things, people will film videos and shit years ago, and then it will
For some reason.
for some reason pop up years later and go viral.
Mm-hmm.
So if you how I don't know, I guess it depends on what the content, like what the meme was about, but how would you feel if a meme was created about you and everybody knew you as that
Yeah, I don't know.
meme?
it's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's kind of a scary thing because memes also die really fast. So if you it's like being a one-hit wonder, basically.
Yeah.
Like being in a band that's a one-hit wonder. Like you are known for that one thing, and then you're gone in like a week or two, basically.
Yeah, I feel like it would be like if you go viral, right, as this meme, and then it dies a week later, but people would still recognize you as that meme.
Yeah.
Basically like a child star.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, like Nick Coletti or Getter, it's still they'll always be the Sud Dude guys, and you know they still get that, and it's been 5 years or
Yeah,
something like that.
That's the thing too, is like he's doing music. I saw that you retweeted him doing stand up or something.
Yeah.
Like how it's now, instead of coming up as like a musician or a comedian or whatever route it is you decide to take, you're coming up and you have this fucking umbrella of the Sudude to try and, because that's gonna be like your go-to thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go up on stage to do your fucking stand-up and everyone's like, oh, do the Sudude thing. It's like, come on, dude, that
Yeah.
was 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Kind of shit.
Yeah. I mean, they make it very clear that they don't. I don't know how to explain it. They make it very clear that they don't care to live that meme, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be very difficult to. I mean, not to the point where like I'd be suicidal or nothing. It'd just be that's a big step to try and overcome to advance
Yeah.
anywhere. I guess it could
if you
be
went viral for one thing,
Yeah.
trying to like
trying to do
outlive
anything
that.
else. Yeah. Like
it can be done. Obviously, there's been plenty of people to be able to
That's
do it.
basically what Vine was. Like
There's a stepping
those were
stone for a
basically
lot
like
of people.
little memes, and then a lot of them are YouTubers now and shit.
Yeah. Well, that fucking. I was never really a fan of him, but that was his name, Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can get into the topic of that. Like, a lot of the people, like I said, a lot of the people from Vine moved over to YouTube, but they got popular from Vine, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're talented.
No, they're not at all. That's
Some of them are. Some like Nick Coletti, he's actually like funny. Like he's talented.
And even so, I'm not a fan of his either. However, if in comparison to some retard like Logan Paul, you're right. Logan Paul has no talent, none at all.
Yeah.
Except for how to.
Yeah, they know how to
get a fan base.
They know how to get a fan base, and
that's a skill in itself, whether you agree with it or not.
I don't see a whole lot of substance to it. It's like,
I don't think there is.
No, that's not the point. They're not. I don't think they're trying to have substance even. That's not the end game. They want to be famous, and they're famous.
It's crazy that that's possible now.
Yeah.
That you can. I mean, you have people like Kim Kardashian or Paris Hilton that have no talent, and they got big before it was possible to do it the Vine, YouTube, meme, social media way. So it was possible before, but now it's just so much easier. It's so much easier for someone like Logan Paul who has no talent at all I mean, at least PewDiePie was good at video games.
And
You know what I mean?
he was one of the first people to like.
Yeah, he was one of the first
He kind
to
of
do it.
Pioneered like the game commentary thing, and like doing a YouTube channel revolving around that.
I agree, and that's why I see a lot more talent on that side. But like the Logan Paul and whatever his brother's name is, it's just
they know how to rally up kids, basically, which is
that's really what it is. That's you guys say it's the advertisement side or selling yourself to gain a fan base, but it's really just kids.
It's selling themselves, but kids think they're cool.
Kids because they basically all they do is they just show off their shit, and like a lot of people talk about it how they're flexing on their own fans all the time, basically.
Yeah, constantly. That's all it is.
And like kids think that's cool. They're like oh man, I want that. I want to do that.
Yeah, it's so fucking annoying. It's so annoying. And then he did the whole fucking suicide forest fucking thing.
Oh, yeah.
How did you not know, dude? How did you not know that was going to have the reaction that it did?
I mean, like I said, everybody on YouTube has talked about it basically.
Yeah.
And everyone asked the same thing. They're like, how did you like, even if you filmed it, how did your like editor or you editing the video be like, yeah, we're still gonna leave that in there?
Yeah, it's what a fucking idiot.
And he left YouTube for like a few weeks, I think, after that, and he gained 1 million followers in that, 1 million subscribers on YouTube in that time period. He was still going up in subscribers after that.
What the fuck? How is that like? How can you really move past that? As far as like
the kids don't care. They're like,
they don't care.
They just go, oh, he made a mistake, or they don't even think it's a mistake.
But we just spent 5 minutes talking about how to move past becoming a viral meme, and this dude was fucking. He did something so much worse.
He didn't just have a meme go viral. He is the meme. So anything he does,
because
gains that attention.
He was on Vine, and like he was one of those people that just churned out stupid ass vines, like not good vines, just shit that like relatable fucking jokes and shit. And that's what a lot of people on Vine did. And then kids love that shit, and so he got it there, and then just moved it over. And
it's so. I have such a hard time wrapping my head around that.
When you have that problem with the internet, it's been answered. It's been talked about a lot. Kids.
Yeah.
That's always the answer.
Yeah.
That's really all it is. I mean, I guess our generation kind of did the same thing with Jackass and shit like that. You know what I mean? Jackass was dumb.
Right.
There was no.
And older people hated it.
There were people involved in Jackass that had talent in different areas, but as far as Jackass itself, there was no talent.
No,
none of what they did required any talent at all.
And everybody who was older than us hated it.
Yes.
But we loved it.
Yep. It's just the same shit.
Yeah. But because like a lot of people bring that up when they talk about like there's fucking like it's not around as much as it used to be, but like there's pranksters on YouTube that like do pranks.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people figured out, and a lot of them admitted that a lot of the pranks are fake, but they were doing like racially charged pranks and shit like that, like pranks in the hood.
Oh yeah,
prank
I've
song
seen that shit. Yeah.
and shit like that. And then like they compare it. Some people will compare it to Jackass, but what I've heard people say is that Jackass was done in a more lighthearted way. Like they weren't pranking other people usually. They were pranking themselves, or they were like
Hurting themselves.
and it's like it was done in a more lighthearted way than the way anybody
on YouTube
usually does it.
Well, yeah, and I mean the ones on YouTube, like you said, a lot of it's racially charged. You know what I mean? Jackass had nothing to do with any of that shit. It another one on YouTube that was popular was that stupid ass clown shit where they'd fucking chase people through parking garages and shit with a chainsaw or whatever. Like that's not really
appropriate.
It's not appropriate or a prank. Same with racially charged ones. Like Jackass was they would do dumb shit, funny shit, but it was never like you're gonna fucking fear for your life in like a real world situation where you're being chased by a dude with a knife.
And it's all these people are so what's it called when you're socially retarded, basically. Like they were having acid attacks over in like was it London or Britain or something like that. There was like acid attacks where people were throwing acid in people's faces.
What the fuck?
And that was just like for whatever that was. But then there was a guy that did a prank of it, basically, where he would have a cup of water and throw it in people's faces in the same place where that was happening,
acting like it was like he was an acid attacker. Like
he wasn't like like he would just go up and talk to people, and then like he would just like splash water in their face, and that's like a real fear over there.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if you thought you like acid was on your
I mean,
fucking face?
that's you should be charged with the same charges.
Right. That's the
But
question
he was trying to defend himself, and he's like, what's wrong with that? I was just throwing water in their faces, and like it's these socially retarded people who don't understand. And
Even then, it's like that's not. It's still even if you were to do it here, it's still a dick move. That's not a funny prank.
No, exactly.
It's the same with that fucking Logan Paul shit. There's no thought into it. There's no talent into
Exactly.
it. There's
Turn it out.
nobody's gonna watch that and be like, holy shit, that was a great, well thought out fucking prank.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like putting hot sauce in someone's ketchup takes more thought than just fucking walking up and throwing water in someone's face. That's not a prank because there's no punchline. It's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no punchline of haha, the ketchup was actually fucking Cuban fucking pepper sauce or whatever. There's no punchline. It's just you throwing water in people's face.
Yeah.
So you're a
lazy.
douchebag.
And it's lazy and
It's lazy and you're a douchebag and you create crap content.
right.
You're gonna get me all fucking fired up, man. You're gonna get me all fired up. It pisses me off that that kind of shit has such a following, really.
Like you said.
Because there's so many lesser known channels like your guys's, for example, that takes fucking so much time and so much editing and so much brainstorming material, and is so much more well thought out. Like typically mine and Riley's is like we'll be talking at work and we'll be like, dude, let's talk about that on the podcast. But your guys is like a lot of your videos, even the roast your post ones, which you pussies cried about, and you can edit this out on your video if you want, but on my podcast, you're a pussy. So I hope they hear it, and I hope they know they're a pussy. Flag my shit.
I don't think it was anybody that's like subscribed to our channel that was like, oh, this is bad. I think it's one person. Somebody told them that they were in the video, and they went and watched it, and then they fucking flagged it.
Yeah. That's I don't give a shit about that. Like, if you can't take a joke or whatever, because a lot, like my brother has been on your roast your post fucking 9 times. And he'll text me and be like, hey, did you see the new video? And he'll be like, yeah, I fucking deserve that. And me and Anthony will talk about it later and laugh about it.
Right.
Because you're right. He was acting like an idiot or whatever it was for. Right. It's comical. It's funny. But the people who get all upset about your guys' shit, you're a pussy. And like I said, edit it out of the video. I don't care. But on my podcast, Kobe Cox, you're a pussy. Fucking wham! Suck it up.
I don't think it was him.
No, but
the one before
where he freaked out about your picture with a fish.
Yeah.
Cool picture, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
So
But
just take the joke
like
and move on.
When it comes to people like Logan Paul and them, they already have the following, so it almost doesn't matter what they make.
Yeah.
Because if they make it, those people are gonna watch.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is like
yeah.
like the skits that you guys do, like the one you did last week or the week before, the vape shop. That shit was fucking awesome. And as far as video quality, it was very well done. The one where you guys did, you were like talking to demons or ghosts or whatever. Like it's so much more well thought out. And there, you can tell by watching it that there's so much more time that is taken into coming up with the idea and editing and fucking writing it and yada yada yada. And then you have some fucking douchebag that goes around and throws water in somebody's face, or fucking stupid Logan Paul or whatever it is that have no talent. There's no thought into it, where they're just running around the town, being annoying, being obnoxious, and you can tell that there's no time taken to even put into it, and yet people are subscribing them and funding this talentless fucking garbage. Whereas you have all these channels that actually put in the time and they care about their content and they care about their viewers. They're not just fucking, trashing them the whole time and blah 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 blah. And it just sucks to see that it doesn't get acknowledged the same way. Because in real life, kids, that shit is the opposite. If you put in trash, if you put in trash work, you're going to get treated with trash respect and get paid trash money because you're not doing a good job. But on the internet, it's the exact opposite. You can half-ass everything you do and still make a ton of fucking money.
And it's like we said, it's a bunch of kids. It's mostly kids watching that shit, but it's breeding more of
yes. All it is
the
is
same thing, because they're gonna be they see someone else be obnoxious on the street, and they're
gonna start doing
they're gonna
it.
do the same thing. Yeah.
Yep. And it's so fucking annoying. It's so annoying. Man, you guys got me all fucking got me all riled up, man.
Hit the sweet spot.
Yeah, you struck a nerve, dude. You struck a nerve.
How long have we been going?
Yeah. How long have we been going?
Hour and 16 minutes
Holy shit.
after my little fucking rant there at the end.
So did you want to end it there or what?
I mean, we can end it there. All I have for an outro is stop subscribing to trash and subscribe to Talk Trash. For quality content that is well thought out, subscribe to these guys. They as far as the podcast goes, they kind of saved my ass this week.
Yeah, thanks for having us on again.
Well, fucking, like I said, Riley's out of town, getting drunk in Mexico, and it's been a while, and I really wanted to do an episode. So I just figured, and then when we went out for the birthday party that takes up all of our time, we talked about it, and I really had nothing, and when you came to me with this idea, it pretty much saved this week's episode. So all of my fucking 6 fans, go subscribe to them, check them out. They're a lot funnier than most of that trash you see on YouTube. So
If you're watching on our channel, go subscribe to their channel. Paul Said Ass, is that?
Paul Said Ass.
Paul Said Ass, and I'll have the link in the description.
Cool. I will also have the link in the description on YouTube. I don't know how to do that. So Nick's going to show me, but the link will be there. Scroll down, click that shit, and fuck off, and hopefully we'll see you next week. That's all I got. I had to end like that because I'm all fucking angry.